Well, summer is here, and there is no better time to settle back and enjoy a good mystery. Connecticut native, author of the Annie Seymour series, Karen E. Olson, has just completed The Missing Ink, which is part of her Tattoo Shop mystery series. It takes us to Vegas for more twists and turns, and yes, tattoos. And here to share more about her latest book is Karen Olson, and we're also joined by our style scoop, Robin Seipold, who, let's just say, has an interesting role in this book, and we'll chat with her in a bit. Welcome, ladies, to the show.
Nice to be here.
Good to have you again. Listen, we want to start with you, Karen, because, again, you've got a new protagonist. Her name is, of course, Miss Kavanaugh, Brett Kavanaugh. Very interesting mystery you've come up with this time around.
It's, yes, it's very different, because my first series, the Annie Seymour series, is set in New Haven, and the main character is a police reporter, and I was in newspapers for over 20 years, so it was very comfortable for me. But my editor came to me last year and said that they were looking for something new, and we decided that tattoos would be really fun and edgy and a little hip, and why not try a tattoo shop mystery?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Very hip. When you were thinking about Brett Kavanaugh, what were you thinking of in terms of her character?
I had to think quite a bit about her character because I didn't want her to sound too much like Annie, because I didn't want to be rehashing the same character. The first thing I did take away from her was the cussing, because Annie cusses a lot. And once I did that, I started hearing another voice, which was really good. And I also wanted to do more of sort of an anti-tattoo TV series character, because those characters are very rough around the edges, and I wanted to do somebody that was maybe a little less stereotyped.
Ah. Was it hard, though, saying goodbye to Annie?
Well, I really didn't feel comfortable writing about newspapers anymore, and Annie is so wrapped up in the newspaper world. And I kept thinking, geez, I don't know what I'm going to do with Annie. I'm going to have to lay her off or give her a buyout or something. And then I didn't know what she would do, because her life is so wrapped up in being a journalist. So moving on was it was very, very good timing.
Tell us about the book, though, The Missing Ink. Give us a little bit of more insight into that.
Well, when the book opens, there's a police officer sort of hanging around Brett's shop, and she asks him why, and he shows her a picture of a woman and wants to know if she's seen her. And she has, and it turns out that the woman is missing. She had come into the shop for a devotion tattoo with the name of her fiancé, and as it turns out, the name she wanted on the tattoo is not the name of her fiancé.
Oh, imagine that. Darn. All right. I like that already. In the meantime, let's bring you in, Robin, because this is all very interesting how you actually you have a little bit of a role in this. You won at a charity event. A nice little prize. Tell us about that prize.
Well, I was at a charity event last year for cystic fibrosis, and one of the silent auction prizes was a collection of the Annie Seymour books, as well as my name as a character in the new book, The Missing Ink. So I won, and I was thrilled. And then I couldn't wait to find out what I was in the book, and my mother was like, I hope you're not a prostitute.
So tell us about your character. Is it what you thought it would be?
Well, I kind of knew a little, we had emailed a little bit in advance to, I had a couple of options to choose from.
Oh, okay.
And so what I ended up choosing was the busty blonde casino cocktail waitress.
Oh, but of course.
Yes.
Hello. She's got it down. Do it again, Robin. Go ahead. You got it, girl. There you go. Push that hair back. Now, what were your options? What were her options? I'm just curious.
It was actually either the cocktail waitress or someone who's getting a tattoo.
Oh, cocktail waitress. Hello.
The cocktail waitress is more interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Listen, tell us what you're actually going to be working on next, because I know you have a lot of stuff going on. Tell us a little bit about what we can expect from you.
Well, the second in the series is going to be out in March, and that's called Pretty in Ink.
Oh.
And there are drag queens in that book. It's great fun. It's a lot of fun. And I'm actually waiting to hear on a proposal for a third.
Oh, wow. Jeez, I mean, who knows? We might just get a book deal out of you. I mean, a movie deal out of you. You never know, right?
That would be great.
Now, tell us also, you've got a couple events that are lined up for the rest of the week. What can we expect in terms of where you're going to be at, where you're going to be hanging out at?
I'll be at R.J. Julia's tomorrow night at 7.
Okay.
And I will also be at the North Franklin Library out in Eastern Connecticut on Thursday. I'm the launch author for their Connecticut Authors Trail program that's going to be going on all summer, and it'll be culminating in an event at the Mohegan Sun on September 24th.
Wow. Listen, for those writers out there that are feeling a little bit discouraged, what's your best advice you have to give them?
Persevere.
Persevere. That's it, right?
You just have to keep trying.
All right, good advice to know. Listen, the book again is called The Missing Ink. Karen E. Olson and Robin Seipold, who always has the scoop for us. Thank you both for being here, ladies. I really appreciate it. Definitely a book to have and add to your